go. All right. Welcome to Cinemas with Benefits. This is David. This is
Joe.
And we're doing the Pope's Exorcist today. The 2023 movie by Julius Avery. He's best known for The Sumerian and Overlord. And he did this movie this last year. The IMDb score that we found was 6.1 out of 10. And the Rotten Tomatoes score is 81%. It's a horror thriller rated R, presented by the Screen Gems. And
I feel like a 6.1 for the IMDb, and then you got the 80%. I feel like that's a little bit of a fluctuation there.
Yeah.
So I feel like IMDb may have went a little low on this one.
Yeah.
So basically, the movie itself, it follows, inspired by actual files of Father Gabriel Amorth, and he is the chief exorcist for the Vatican. And he's a real guy, true story. The guy has done many exorcisms in his life. He has books about it and everything like that. So this movie is based on his life and his files that he has. The movie follows Father Amorth. He investigates a family where the little boy in the family gets possessed by this demon, and while he's trying to help this family out, get the demon out of the kid, he's also uncovering a secret that the Vatican has kept secret for centuries. So he's finding all this out and uncovering some pretty crazy stuff that happens. Not trying to give away too much for people who haven't seen it, because it's a different type of Exorcist movie than most people have watched before.
Right.
Most Exorcist movies, like, oh, this person gets possessed and the church comes in, does the Exorcist, and it's over.
It's very
this
personal.
this one, it went that path, and then it was a whole turnaround at the end.
Right. Well, most Exorcist movies are very personal. Like, they're very character driven. This is more like an overall story arc. Like, this is, it's about the Vatican, it's about the Pope, and it's about this family, and what this demon does is insane.
And not only what the demon does, but who the demon is. The demon is a very powerful demon, and this demon is second in command to the demon Baal, who, if you ever seen the movie The Rite, Baal is the demon in that one, and he's basically the number one general in Satan's command of army. Yeah. To where this demon is his second in command behind Baal. Yeah. So he's a pretty powerful demon. He's second command of Satan's army, according to like Catholic beliefs and stuff like that, and exorcism beliefs. So it's not just any ordinary demon. He's a pretty powerful one, and what his goal is in the movie flips the whole movie around at the end, and it's pretty crazy of what Father Amorth uncovers in the movie. Yeah. So not, like I said, not trying to get into big detail about it. I really want you guys to comment and tell us what you thought about it, or if you have any questions about it. But I can't give too much away because I don't want to. No spoilers for people who haven't seen it.
It's a really good movie. That's all I gotta say about it, because it's so different. And it's really really different.
Yeah, for me, I found out like I said, I think IMDb gave it a pretty low score. 6.1 I feel like is a pretty low score for this movie. Maybe it's not given the benefit of the doubt. Maybe that it's just another Exorcist movie, like whatever. Yeah. But if you actually see it and you pay attention and you watch it and you understand what you're watching, I love the movie. I thought it was great. A whole different type of movie than I thought it was going to be. So I mean, for me, I would give this movie a solid 8 at least. It's a good one.
Yeah, I'd give it a solid 8 as well.
I thought the writing was good. I thought the story was good. I thought the fact that it's based on a real exorcist and Father Gabriel Amorth. I thought that is, since, you know, he has books out, I really want to read his books. But since it's based on real facts and true story and things like that, it really makes this movie so much better to me.
Yeah.
And like I said, just the twist at the end, I thought was like, wow, like this was a different type of movie for Exorcist movies.
Definitely.
What would you give it?
Well, like I said, I'd give it a solid 8, maybe even a 9, just because of how unique and different it is, okay. And just like it's just a whole other like story. Like it's not like The Exorcist at all, and it's its own story, and it's based off of a book by actual tellings from Gabriel. So like it's its whole other realm.
It is,
and it's freaking awesome. I think.
I would even say a 9 is even a fair rating for this. I mean, it really was. It was good and unique and different. I thought when I first saw the Pope Exorcist coming out, I thought, like, I love horror movies anyway. Yeah. I enjoy horror movies. I love horror movies. Yeah. So even though I was like, oh great, it's going to be another Exorcist movie, I was like, I'm still going to watch it because I love horror movies.
Right.
But then when I watched it, I was like, wow, this was completely different. Blew my mind. I loved it. Right. So let's talk about a couple facts from behind the scenes of the movies. So people that want to watch it, they might know something going in, and people who've seen it before, they might not know some of these facts. So maybe it makes it a little more interesting for them. Yeah. So I'll start it off. I got Russell Crowe. In the movie, Father Amorth rides around on a scooter. And Russell Crowe actually came up with that idea of Father Amorth riding around. It's called a Lambretta. So it's like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari scooter type deal, Lamborghini scooter, whatever. Yeah. But it's called a Lambretta. And he was inspired of doing this in the movie because he would see all these priests in Rome riding around on scooters. So he was like, I want to use that for the movie. So that's why in the movie he actually rides around on the scooters. What do you got for the next one?
I got that the child actor Peter Faney as Henry in the movie. He's a first dan black belt in Goju Ryu karate, and like I was completely blown because this is actually his starring film, and this is his opening. This is his first major movie, I guess, and he's kind of a badass. He might even be potentially a next like action movie star just because of what he his skill set.
He's already a badass. So
he's already a badass.
He's already kicking the shit out of demons. I mean,
right.
He can do it in real life too.
Right, exactly. I was kind of when I found that out this morning, I was like, wow, like that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, huh.
For the next one, I got while Russell Crowe was researching the life and work of Gabriel Amorth, he discovered that Father Amorth's favorite movie was actually The Exorcist from 1973. Which, who can blame him? It's a great movie. It's the start of all the Exorcist movies. I mean, that was a good one. And for being an exorcist of the Vatican, why would you not like this movie? I mean, it's based on works that you do. Right. So I could really see him liking the movie.
Exactly.
But he actually liked this movie so much that Father Amorth became friends with the director of that movie.
Yeah.
So he actually became friends with the director of that movie. That's how much he actually loved the movie.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. Like I was actually kind of like, wow, okay, cool. That's an interesting little fact right there. Just how it came kind of full circle. That it was based off of or around the original Exorcist. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where where that took off. Yeah.
What you got for another one?
I mean, that's pretty much all I have as far as that. I didn't really get too many just because of how much was on IMDb and whatnot.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't even look at IMDb, so they might not even know.
They might not even know.
All right, so I got there's a scene where Father Amorth, he walks away from a Colosseum in Rome, and during an interview, Russell Crowe confirmed that when he was walking away from the Colosseum, it was kind of like a wink and a nod to his 2000 movie, The Gladiator. So I thought that was pretty cool because that's another one of Russell Crowe's big movies that he did.
Yeah.
One of his best movies in my opinion that he did.
I agree.
And to be honest, I feel like Russell Crowe fell off for a while of acting. Yeah. I like Russell Crowe. He's a great actor. He actually does a lot of good stuff. I'm not going to talk about personal life because everybody has their own demons that they fight, you know. But as an actor, he's actually a really good actor. I like Russell Crowe. Yeah, and I feel like this is kind of like a comeback movie for him.
I feel that too.
I feel like he came back, he did this movie, and I think he nailed it. I mean, the accent that he pulled off for Father Amorth and just his acting in the movie and everything like that, I feel like it worked really well. He did a really good job.
He made it as legitimate as possible. Like, he made it convincing, heavily convincing that he was Father Amorth.
Yeah, so I feel like, I mean, the amount of research that he did for the film and actually going out and meeting Father Amorth's friends, he met with personal friends of Father Amorth, including one person who actually accompanied Father Amorth in over 150 exorcisms. So he knew him pretty well, and he worked with him for a lot. I mean, 150 exorcisms, that ain't no joke.
I believe I read somewhere that he did over or around 50,000 exorcisms.
I mean, top exorcism of the Vatican, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
I'm just
whether they're real cases or people that think they're being possessed, he still went to a lot of cases and helped these people out.
And helped people.
You know, I can just imagine the things that he saw in his lifetime with helping these people.
Right.
Like I said, some of them maybe they weren't possessed. Some of them maybe they had mental illness.
Yep.
Maybe some of them were you know, schizophrenic, crazy, or something like that. Yeah. But just imagine, not all of them cases had to be crazy people. Maybe some of them actually did get possessed, or maybe some of them really went through some crazy stuff. Yeah. You know, but either way, whether really possessed or not, he helped over 50,000 cases. That's an accomplishment in life. That's huge. That's really great.
Yeah.
One of the actors, Daniel Zavato, he's the one who played Father Escobar. His family is really religious family, and before he accepted this role for the film, he actually went and got permission from his parents and his family to say, hey, do you think it would be okay to play this role? And before he accepted the role, he went and got his family's permission, basically, to say, yes, you can do this. Yeah. So he accepted that role, but not until he got that permission. You never go and talk bad about mom and dad. You got to get mom and dad's permission, no matter what your age is.
Exactly. Exactly. That is very true.
No matter what your age is, mom and dad still tell you what to do.
Yeah.
We already went over the general. He was the second command. The film was released April 7th of 2023. And just so happens that that's the same day that Russell Crowe turned 59. That's his birthday. So he turned 59 on the day this movie was released.
That's special.
That's pretty cool.
For like a comeback type of movie for him like this.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Honest, yeah.
Also, according with an interview, they went and did an interview with a Vatican-approved exorcist, and the Vatican-approved exorcist told him basically that if Father Amorth was alive today, that he would be pretty disgusted by the use of his name and character for this movie. So I guess he really thought that Father Amorth would not have liked his name and the way that the character was portrayed, perhaps, in this movie. And I don't know if I would agree with that, because he was the Exorcist. This is based on his life and his books that he wrote.
Books, yeah.
And
Right.
the fact that his favorite movie was The Exorcist, I think it would feel more like prideful. Like, hey, they're making a movie about what I've done. They made a movie about my life.
Like, if he understood, if he understood The Exorcist, like,
the fact that, like, okay, it's not a biopic. It's not a biography on him. It's a movie about your life. It's a cinema movie.
Yeah. It's about the stories that he partake in.
Yeah, so it's not like, hey, we're making a biopic and they did this movie. Because, I could see that. It's not a biopic.
That's
but
different.
The fact that he was a fan of these types of movies and the fact that he did these things in real life, I would think it's a sense of pride and accomplishment. Like, you know what? You made a movie about me. I'm that good. Like, you made a movie about me.
Right.
Exactly. So I can understand, like, okay, you're Vatican approved exorcist, Father Amorth ain't alive. You don't want his name to be dragged around in the mud and everything like that. But I also don't agree with him because I feel like Father Amorth would have actually been pretty good with this movie, and I think he would have. I think he would have approved it.
I think so too.
I think he would have approved it
just because he was a fan of The Exorcist and his stories are being told, and that it would look really, that it's kind of shown in good regard on his part. So it's not a negative. There's not a negative thing about Father Amorth in there.
I don't think they really made him out to be a negative either. I feel like even in the movie, he still showed that he wanted to help people. He still showed like he don't care what the other priest and everything like that say about him. They all want to think he's crazy, or if they all think that he doesn't do everything by the book. Yeah. Well, sometimes you don't want to do things by the book because doing things by the book sometimes don't get things done.
You always have to look outside the box every once in a while. Yeah. In everything. Filmmaking and
sometimes doing things by the book, it doesn't get it done.
In your career.
So, if you're trying to help a family and the church is trying to tell you, we don't give you approval for that. You know what? You're still trying to help a family. You don't need approval to help anybody. You do it. You accept the consequences later, you get it done. Yeah. And I feel like that's how he was. Like, he wanted to help people. He did it, whether people approved of him or not.
I think that was heavily seen in this movie, that he kind of just went with his own drumbeat and just even if it wasn't approved, he still did it. Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
And that was seen from the start.
Yep, I agree. Also, when Daniel Zavada was getting interviewed, he also said that in his research, he found that Father Amorth would often keep a sense of humor because he thought the devil, even though the devil enjoyed irony, the devil hated humor. Yeah. So, and you see that in the movie. Sometimes you'll see Father Amorth, Russell Crowe, he'll start doing jokes with the demon. Yeah, and, he'll tell certain jokes like that. And even the one time, the demon even acknowledged it in the movie, and he says, you can't hide behind your jokes, and things like that, and you can see him get a little irritated. But apparently he did that in real life. He would always have a sense of humor, just to try to get a little edge on him.
I saw that kind of as being like a theme in the movie, that he liked to play jokes around and try to trick him in humor.
Yep. Yep. And I'll tell you, I love the beginning of the movie. Kind of getting a little off topic with the facts right now, but the beginning of the movie, when he's helping out the guy that's supposedly possessed, and he basically tricks him into putting the demon soul inside of a pig. Yeah. And he's like, yo, you're so powerful, you can possess anybody. He's like, I can possess anybody, anything. He goes, can you possess me? And he's like, I bet you can't even possess that pig. He goes, prove it to me. And the demon puts, his soul into the pig, and then they shoot that pig. Yep. And he like, hey, you just tricked the demon, man. Like, good for you.
It's kind of a little spoiler for the beginning, but
it was. But you know what? I kind of like that beginning. That beginning was awesome. It's a good. Sorry about the spoiler if you haven't seen it. But that was just a really cool part for me. I thought it was awesome.
It's a good setup for the rest of the movie, and it's really, it goes from there, and like that theme kind of continues.
Yeah, just after watching that beginning, I was like, all right, this movie's gonna be all right. Like, I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
I saw that part. I was like, okay, I'm interested. I'm invested. And then yeah, I was completely sold by the end. It was just moving.
The girl who played the mom, her name was Alex Esso.
Okay.
And she plays the mom in the movie. And to come to find out that she's only 11 years older than her on-screen daughter.
Oh, really?
So the daughter in her movie, she's supposed to be the mom of, but she's only in real life 11 years older than her. I thought that was kind of crazy. I didn't think they were that close in age.
Oh, I thought they were. I thought the daughter was way younger, and she was at least she looked a little older than yeah. That's crazy.
So I didn't realize that they were that close in age. As for the actors in the movie, I already said Russell Crowe did a great job. I thought Russell Crowe did great. As far as what was the son's name? Henry.
Yeah.
Henry was played by Peter D'Souza Fahey. I'm sorry if I really butchered that name. I couldn't pronounce it.
It's Fahey.
But for this being his first film, I thought he did a good job. I thought he did great acting with trying to play someone that has been possessed. I thought he actually did a really good job playing that part, especially for being as young as he is. You could tell that he might do a karate or some type of discipline and everything like that, because the way he portrayed himself on film and the way he delivered the lines that he was doing, it really showed that he seemed a little more much older than he is in real life, because he really delivered them lines and he really played the part pretty well.
Oh, definitely.
So I enjoyed that a lot, actually. I thought that was really good. As far as the daughter, Laurel Marsden, I thought she also did pretty well. She wasn't like a huge part in the movie. She still played the daughter and the sister of the brother that was possessed.
Yeah.
But I still can't give her any negative. I thought she did pretty well. I think she was outacted, of course, by Russell Crowe, and I think she was outacted even by Peter in the movie, her brother. But she still didn't do a bad job. She still did pretty well. She still delivered her lines. But yeah, so that was all right. I didn't mind it. And as for Daniel Zavato, who played the father, that was Father Escobel, who was helping Father Amorth, Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
I thought he did really good too.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was in any other movies. I didn't look that one up.
I didn't look
he didn't look familiar to me in any movies, really.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. He could be big. I don't know.
Yeah, he might be.
But I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him either. But he did a really good
I thought
job.
he did well too. So I mean, the acting all in all with all the people who were in this movie, I thought it was pretty well. I don't have the name or the priest, the young priest that was giving Father Amorth in the movie a hard time all the time.
Yeah, at the beginning where they had the
and he was like, "Don't you leave,"
Vaticans.
and everything like that. I didn't catch his name, and I didn't get his information down.
Yeah.
But you know what? He did his character pretty good because he made you hate him, and I feel like in a movie, if someone plays their role well, that's a villain, and it makes you like, I don't like that guy. And if you look at him in another movie, like, nah, man, like I seen you in another movie.
Like, I can't.
I did not enjoy you. Then you did your job, and I feel like you did your job pretty well if you made someone actually hate you because of a role you played.
Right, and that's any character actually. Like, they can draw you in.
I wish I would have got his name.
Yeah, same.
But he played his part pretty good because he really made you not like him.
Yeah. So
I did like him too. So that's pretty much all I got for the movie. Like I said,
that's all I got.
In my opinion, like I said, I give it at least an 8 to 9.
Yeah, 8 to 9.
It's a good one. It's different than your other Exorcist movies that you would think of. It had a really good ending, a really good twist. still brought in the Exorcist
Well-rounded.
part of the movie. You still got your Exorcist part,
Yeah.
but that ending with that twist is what really sold me for this movie.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I was really impressed with it.
I loved it. I thought it was great. They did a good job. So I would definitely recommend watching this movie. I thought it was really good. If you haven't seen it before, comment. Let us know what you guys thought of it. If you have seen it before, still comment and let us know what you thought of it. And like I said, if you have any other questions that you want us to try to answer, we'll get back to you. We'll message back with an answer that we have or anything like that. But yeah, let us know what you guys think of it. Let us know. Chiefer, how you doing, man? Nice for you to come through. We appreciate it. We're just finishing up here, so glad you at least made it through, man. Like we were saying, if you haven't seen the Pope's Exorcist, it's definitely a movie we recommend. It's different than the other ones, so make sure you check it out. And then you let us know what you thought of it. But yeah, anything that you guys want to say, anything that you guys want to message, make sure you comment and let us know, and we'll try to get back to you as much as we can. We try to answer everybody. So yeah, we hope you like this one. Make sure you come back next week when we do another one. We're going to start running horror movies until the end of August or end of October. We're going to start running horror movies for Halloween.
If we want to try to do
I got my pretty cool Michael Myers mask that's going to be sitting with us. So we'll have that in the background. So yeah, make sure you guys come through next week. We'll let you know tomorrow what movie we're going to do, and expect some horror stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do The Exorcist, the beginning. We're gonna try to do that. We're gonna try to incorporate some other horror films. We're probably gonna make probably just gonna set up polls and figure out what's going on and see what people like for us to review. And we really like the votes that we're getting in. So yeah, we're really happy with how things are going with the polls.
Yeah. So and, if it's a poll, just don't expect action horror comedy like we've been doing. It would probably be a poll of all horror movies, and you guys let us know what horror movie you want.
We'll just go from there, and yeah, we'll have some fun, and we'll watch some horror films this month.
We always have fun. Oh yeah, especially for Halloween. Gotta have fun.
Gotta have fun.
Love spooky season.
Oh yeah.
So, so next week, another video, either Saturday or Sunday. We'll let you guys know what day works. But definitely a video next weekend. Expect tomorrow on the page for a poll to see what you guys want us to review, and we'll do that next week.
All right.
So we appreciate you guys coming through. Always a pleasure.
All right. Peace.
Thank you guys.